Well folks, it seems we're back in familiar territory, a trade war. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the global market, here we are again. Fresh off his re-election, President Trump has decided to slap tariffs on, well, pretty much everyone. Canada? Check. European Union? You betcha. No one is safe from these new economic measures. Even China's back on the menu. The trade tensions with China are heating up once more. And it looks like it's going to be a bumpy ride. Remember those America First policies? They're back, baby. The administration is doubling down on its commitment to prioritize American interests above all else. And the rest of the world? Not thrilled. World leaders are expressing their concerns and protests are erupting in various countries. Now you might be wondering, why all the fuss about tariffs? What's the big deal, right? In the simplest terms, it's like making imported goods more expensive. When tariffs are imposed, the cost of bringing goods into the country goes up. The idea is to encourage people to buy American. By making foreign products pricier, the hope is that consumers will turn to domestically made goods. But, as with most things in life, there are unintended consequences. These policies can lead to shortages and higher prices for everyone. One of the biggest concerns is that these tariffs will lead to a trade war. When countries start retaliating, things can escalate quickly. That's where countries start slapping tariffs on each other's goods. It becomes a tit-for-tat situation with no clear end in sight. And guess who ends up paying the price? That's right, consumers. The everyday shopper feels the pinch as prices rise. So, get ready for those prices to skyrocket on everything from cheese to cars. It's going to be a wild economic ride, folks. The European Union, not one to take a punch lying down, has decided to fight fire with, well, more fire. In the face of escalating trade tensions, the EU is gearing up for a robust response. They're planning on hitting back with their own set of tariffs on American goods. This move is designed to send a clear message to Washington. We're talking about things like Harley-Davidson motorcycles and Kentucky bourbon. These iconic American products are being targeted to maximize the impact. This tit-for-tat approach might seem childish, and frankly it is. However, in the high-stakes world of international trade, such tactics are sometimes necessary. But the EU feels it has no choice. They see these tariffs as unjustified and a threat to their economy. European businesses are already feeling the strain. And let's be honest, no one likes a bully, especially not a bully who messes with their bottom line. The economic repercussions could be severe. The EU is also trying to rally international support against these tariffs. They are engaging in diplomatic efforts to build a coalition. They're reaching out to other countries, like Canada and China, to present a united front. These alliances are crucial in strengthening their position. Think of it as a global game of, you can't sit with us directed at the US. The stakes are high, and the EU is determined to protect its interests. But here's where things get really interesting. In response to Trump's tariffs, a Buy European movement has been gaining significant traction. Europeans are being encouraged to boycott American brands like McDonald's and Apple. Now this might seem like a small thing, but it could have a big impact on the economy. Imagine millions of Europeans choosing to buy locally made products instead of American ones. That's a lot of lost revenue for American companies. This consumer movement is fueled by a sense of nationalism and a desire to stand up to what many Europeans see as American bullying. It's a reminder that in the age of globalization, economic decisions are often deeply intertwined with political and cultural identities. So what does all of this mean for the global economy? The interconnected nature of today's world means that disruptions in one region can have ripple effects across the globe. Well, it's not good news. Financial markets are already showing signs of strain, and investor confidence is waning. The trade war between the US and China is already causing uncertainty and volatility in the markets. Businesses are hesitant to make long-term investments. Adding the EU and Canada to the mix just throws more fuel on the fire. These additional conflicts complicate an already delicate situation. The potential economic fallout is significant. We could be looking at a global recession if these issues aren't resolved. We could see a global slowdown, job losses, and a decrease in manufacturing output, and higher prices for consumers. Everyday goods could become more expensive, affecting household budgets. And all of this is happening against the backdrop of a global pandemic and geopolitical tensions. These factors only add to the uncertainty. The big question is, where do we go from here? The path forward is unclear, and leaders around the world are grappling with tough decisions. Will these trade tensions escalate into a full-blown trade war? The stakes are incredibly high. Or will cooler heads prevail, leading to a more stable and cooperative global trade environment, leading to negotiations and a de-escalation of the situation? Only time will tell. The world is watching closely. But one thing is for sure, the future of global trade is hanging in the balance. The decisions made in the coming months will shape the economic landscape for years to come.